Hi, my name is Philippa Campbell and I will be discussing the role of cultural identity in early childhood education. Hi, my name is Philippa Campbell and I will be discussing the role of cultural identity in early childhood education. During this discussion, I will define what cultural identity is and how it is formed, what role cultural identity plays in early childhood education, and what strategies can be applied to support a child's cultural identity and what effect that might have on their academic outcomes. Before beginning, I will create the parameters of this investigation. This investigation, early childhood, refers to children between the ages of 4 to 6 years in the year before school and the first year of school. Piaget refers to this age as the pre-operational stage, while in Erikson's stage of psychosocial development, this group is the industry versus inferiority stage. These classifications will be important to the discussion. Teachers refers to both early childhood educators and teachers in school classrooms, while academic outcomes refers to the literacy and numeracy outcomes in the first year of school. The concept of cultural identity is quite complex. For this investigation, I will begin with a definition of self-concept, which psychologists consider to be the foundation of both social and emotional development. Self-concept is the individual's knowledge about themselves, their ideas, their attitudes, and expectations, which describes the process of identity formation. Children's knowledge, ideas, attitudes, and values develop through appropriation or by taking for themselves the ways of acting and thinking provided by their culture and by more capable members of their group. I will be using both cultural interface theory and the bioecological model as the framework for this discussion. The bioecological model is a model used to explain children's development through the interactions of microsystems, exosystems, and macrosystems. While the cultural interface theory was developed to explain the difference in the Aboriginal knowledge systems and its interactions with the very different operating systems of the dominant culture in Australia. What role does cultural identity play in early childhood education? Erikson defines the stage children enter school as the industry versus inferiority stage. The child must deal with demands to learn new skills or risk a sense of inferiority, failure, and incompetence. At this stage, the school and local community offer challenges that must be balanced with those at home. Peers are also increasingly important influence. The ability to move between these worlds and cope with its demands result in either a growing sense of competence or inferiority. Children from minority cultural groups are most vulnerable when entering school and will be a major focus of this discussion. An Aboriginal elder in the Northern Territory reflected on this transition for children in his community. Children who are extremely well adjusted within community life, seeing themselves as efficacious learners and contributors to this life, were suddenly seeing themselves as incompetent on entry into formal schooling, where the medium of instruction was not their home language and where the pedagogy was foreign to them. To fully explore this transition, I will use the Early Learning Framework. This framework was developed by the Australian Government and it defines the principles, practices and outcomes that support and enhance children's development from birth to age 5. The interpretive system, which refers to the systems that underpin the recognition of identity and help us to define the world around us. These interpretive systems can vary greatly and depend on the cultural background of a child and are essential to any discussion about cultural identity. Finally, I will use Bander's self-efficacy theory, which will provide an underpinning for understanding why a child's identity is so important. Persons who have a strong sense of efficacy deploy their attention and efforts to the demands of the situation and are spurred by obstacles to greater effort. I will finish by outlining the strategies that can help support a child's cultural identity. These strategies are curriculum adaptation, scaffolding, assistant teachers, classroom structure, and preschool programs. These strategies have all had success in helping anchor children to their cultural identity and improving their academic outcomes.